This is good. Hey, what's your top 5 favorite Disneyland rides?
Let's talk about that.
You probably noticed. Don't clap. This is not my normal Disneylander setup. I am here spending a month with my girlfriend in Arizona. This is Aurora.
Hello.
I figured we could shoot some videos together. Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite rides in Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. We have different lists. We haven't shared them with each other, but I think I know a couple of yours.
I think I definitely know at least your number 1.
Well, let's get started. My number 5, my least most favorite Disneyland resort ride would be Cars, Radiator Springs Racers, that is. I think it's the newest big ride in the Disneyland Resort until Star Wars Lands opens up. And I think it's a super well done, immersive dark ride, some of the best Disney has to offer in animatronics and scenes. Cars is not my favorite Disney IP. I love it still, and I love the ride. I think the ride's well done, so that's why it's at the bottom of my top 5 list, but that's my number 5.
It's a good number 5.
What about you?
I love that ride. My number 5 is Roger Rabbit in Toontown. What's it called actually? Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. Yeah. That one's on my number 5 because unlike Cars not being your favorite movie, Roger Rabbit is close to my favorite movie. I watched it so many times. I just love it. It's so good. And the queue is my favorite place in Disneyland.
Super good.
So it's just a fun time, a fun ride, and I love to just look at all the cartoony stuff.
It's great. It's kind of ignored back there sometimes. We should watch Roger Rabbit sometime.
We should.
Maybe we will. My number 4, we're ready to move on, is Space Mountain, which some of you are probably mad that it's not higher up on my list, honestly. Space Mountain is a classic, like the classic Disneyland thrill ride, I would say. It's great fun. It's a smooth track, and I love the music timed with the ride in your car seat. I think that's amazing. I wish more rides did that, but it's, I don't know, it's my favorite. It's fun, it's immersive, and I'm always having a blast going through the stars.
Blast through space.
A blast through space. How about you?
Well, I need to think. I wasn't planning on going backwards.
Oh, you thought we were gonna go down?
I'm gonna go what 4 was. You guys, it's out. Okay, you got it. Yes, number 4.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Number 4.
My number 4 is Grizzly River Run.
Ooh.
Because that's one of those rides that I'm a chicken, and that was one of my first big rides that I rode in Disneyland when I was younger, California Adventure, when I was younger, and it's just fun. It's just one of my favorites. It's fun to go on with my family and friends, whoever the group is, just getting wet and screaming and just having a good time. And it's always fun. My sister agrees with me that it's the best when you're on it with someone who's never been on it before.
Oh yeah.
It's just really fun. That's why it's on my top list.
I think that's true for a lot of rides. I always like seeing people experience anything in Disneyland for the first time. I think that's great. I didn't even consider Grizzly River Run. That's a good one, though. My number 3, though, we're going back to DCA. We're spending a lot of time over there now.
It's good.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I was so bummed, and you were too, maybe even more than I was, when we figured out Tower of Terror was closing.
On my birthday.
On her birthday.
That was my number 1 ride.
I love that ride, and I was super bummed, and I thought, Guardians Tower, how's that going to work? I love the Guardians of the Galaxy, my favorite Marvel characters by far. I was ready to hate that ride though, and I got out for my first time and just had a blast. It's so fun, it's funny, it's just a feel good to be on ride. It doesn't have obviously the fear factor Tower of Terror did, but it's super fun, and I love the queue, looking at all the collector's things. I think it's a blast. Guardians of the Galaxy, mission number 3 breakout.
A blast through elevators.
A blast through elevators. How'd they combine the Guardians of the Galaxy with an elevator and make it work?
My number 3.
Yes.
My number 3 is maybe a little bit of a surprise to you, but it is Goofy Sky School.
Really?
Yes.
That's a surprise to me.
My Goofy Sky School is so high up on my favorites list because Bram likes thrills and fun times.
You'll find a lot of e-tickets on my top 5.
I like sentiment and memories and nostalgia. Goofy Sky School is so high up because it used to be Mulholland Madness.
Oh, yeah.
And that was my first roller coaster. My mom bribed me to go on it when I was like 6. And she said, please go on it. I promise you'll like it. If you don't like it, I'll buy you anything you want. And I was like, all right. And I was terrified. I went on it. I hated it. I got off crying. And I got this mini from Paradise Pier.
There you go. No longer there.
Not there anymore. So when it changed to Goofy Sky School, and now I'm not so afraid, and I can I can ride actual roller coasters. It's really fun. I like how it just does not take turns slightly.
I'm gonna play a clip from our last time there because I hadn't been on that ride in years, and we went on it, and I forgot just how rough that ride is.
It's fun.
Not gentle.
No, I remember the brakes are. Oh, you're right. It's not gentle. It doesn't fall. I'm just now realizing that I don't have. We're on number 2, and it kind of just occurred to me I don't have Pirates or Haunted Mansion on my top 5, which I feel like is Disney blasphemy. I was really busy thinking about e-tickets. If I was, Pirates could replace Radiator Springs for my number 5, but I'm going to keep my list as it is, and that's what I'm going with. So my number 2. Do you have any guesses? My number 2.
Oh man, you said Radiator Springs. You said Space Mountain, and you said Guardians.
Yes.
Your number 2?
My number 2.
Okay, this is a guess.
Take a guess.
Jungle Cruise?
No, but I do love the Jungle Cruise. If I was to work any ride in Disneyland, I would want to hop on that one. But my number 2 is Splash Mountain.
Oh, I knew
Splash
that.
Mountain.
I could have guessed that.
I'm sure you could have. Splash Mountain, more so than any other ride in any Disney or any theme park ever, just has me smiling and laughing the whole time.
I agree.
It's just so fun, especially the quiet parts at the quiet parts at the start, before you go down that first dip. Everyone's just already in a good mood, and I always sit in the front. At first, my family stuck me there, and now I purposefully go there because it's totally random. I've walked off that ride like I just stood in a shower for 10 seconds, and then I've just been kind of wet on my left leg. So it's like the same ride every time. You get the same experience, but it's also totally random every time, and I just think it's such a fun, well-made. It's just a blast. Everything about that ride is so fun. I love the single file, no seat belt. It's like, am I gonna get soaked? Am I gonna die? Yes to one of those.
Oh.
Your number 2? Wait, can I guess your number 2?
Yes.
Give me a hint. Disneyland or DCA?
Disneyland.
Disneyland? Not Splash Mountain.
No.
The Matterhorn?
Yes!
Really?
Yes!
That was kind of a shot in the dark.
My second favorite ride is the Matterhorn. Same kind of thing. It's just so fun, and you're just always smiling on the Matterhorn.
I love it.
There has not been a single time I've ridden the Matterhorn where my entire family was not laughing the whole time. It's just the way that it drives, the way that it rides is so fun.
Normally I'd complain about a ride being too rough, but the Matterhorn, it just adds. Because you're on a mountain, and it's a classic.
Yes, it's so fun. That was also, throwing in some sentiment, that was the first big ride my little sister ever went on.
There you go.
I just love the Matterhorn.
Super fun. And ever since they've remodeled it, no longer are you sitting in someone's lap. The Yeti looks better, and the scene at the start actually gets my heart pounding every time. The first time, I didn't know they upgraded that ride. I was with you, I think, 2 years ago.
Yep.
Went on the Matterhorn, seeing that upgrade for the first time, and I was shook.
finna be shook.
Finna be shook. You know my number one.
I know.
What's my number one? It's gonna be a surprise. Everyone's gonna be so shocked when you say my number one.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's Silly Symphony Swing!
Yes,
No.
I do like that though.
I like that one too.
What is it?
It's Indiana Jones.
Yes, it's Indiana Jones. I think even if we added Disney World to this list, and though I haven't been to the other parks, I think if we added every Disney park in the world, I would still say Indiana Jones. I think the theming is spectacular. Yes, there's a slightly better version in Tokyo, but it's not my Indiana Jones, and it doesn't have Mara.
I was just about to say, you are not allowed to say that anything else would be your number one if that's on your body.
Yeah, that's true. There's my boy Mara, or girl, depending on what you're feeling. I love it's such an immersive ride. Apart from, I guess, Roger Rabbit, it's the only really huge immersive queue in Disneyland because most of those big queues are over in Florida and Disney World. The queue is amazing. It sets you up, like, you get immersed the second you stand in that line, and throughout the whole queue it's building a story and building anticipation, building theming until you sit in that car. And, you know, my first video, the missing effects, it's not the same ride it used to be, but with the changes and upgrades, and they haven't forgotten it. They're constantly renovating it. The snake is finally fixed and repainted.
Yes.
It took months for that to happen, but
Poor Snake Boy.
the ride's still in great condition and still just... Yes! That's my number one. Of course it is.
Indiana Jones could have been tied with my Matterhorn.
For number two.
Yes.
But instead it was not on the top 5.
Yeah.
Cool. I know your number one too, though.
Tell me.
Gonna walk off Indiana Jones. We're gonna go past, just enter a little bit into New Orleans Square. We're gonna hang a right. We're gonna go into the Wild Wild West and hop right on Big Thunder Mountain.
Yes! Thunder Mountain is my favorite ride.
It's a good one.
It is just good. It's a laughing, screaming good time.
The wildest ride in the wilderness. so I've heard.
It's the only way to ride it is in the back seat at night.
That's the best way.
That's
for sure.
the best way. And I don't know. That is my thrill ride.
Super fun.
It's my favorite.
It's great. It's immersive. That's the one ride. I mean, I'll just take whatever seat I get most of the time. That's the one ride where I'll get up right to the lady or gentleman sitting in your seats, and I'll say, "Can I wait an extra train and have the back seat?" And they'll say, "Okay." And I'm like, "Cool."
Thank you. Have a good day.
I mean, that train's so long. If you're in the front seat, it feels like you're crawling around. That's good.
Yes.
I'm really surprised we didn't have a single well, maybe I'm not surprised, but it is interesting that we didn't have a single thing on our lists that were on each other's lists.
Mm-hmm. This is also a very hard list to make because
I love every Disney ride.
there's like 10 can be tied for any spot.
Right. Like I said, Pirates Haunted Mansion, I considered Matterhorn Big Thunder. I even for a second considered Grizzly River Run before I decided not to.
Soarin' might have been on mine.
So many good rides. Disney's great. What about you? I want you to first answer a poll I think I'm going to put in here with a bunch of your top number one. You can click it. I put polls in most all my videos. If you haven't been clicking on those, you click the little I don't know. It's in the top right corner. Click the little Illuminati I. It's actually a letter I, not an eyeball. And vote, and then give me your top 5, just like we did, 5-1 in the comments. Or if Disney World is your home park, or if you really can't decide, you throw in those rides too.
Just
give me
every
rides that
Disney
you like.
park.
Tell me all about it.
All of them. Just put them in there.
Hey,
Tell
thanks
us.
for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us today on Disneyland. We'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Disneylander. I'll be in Arizona again for a while, so expect a couple more videos with Aurora while I'm here. And once I get back home in September, you can expect the normal Disneylander versus all those things that you love. Thanks again for checking in. Remember to share it with a friend. Say bye, Aurora.
Bye, Aurora. That was classic.